Okay, this is silver, and silver told us something very interesting. Silver and gold actually said something pretty weighty in the with the price action that they displayed here on Friday. Silver said, as far as I can see, in no uncertain terms, I'm interested to go down. All of this dilly-dallying was just time-wasting exercise. What I really want to do, I want to go down. I need to, whatever you want to apply here, there is no question, absolutely, that this line is cardinal. Do you see that? Just look. There is no question. And now, given the performance that we have seen in gold, gold has broken through sales support. I think silver is likely to do the same now. Silver is likely to go and break 16 and break 15.5 and take the road to lower lows here, as far as I can see. Now, longer term, there are quite a few issues that we need to address. I would have to remind you of a few things here, I think. This is the important bottom that we witnessed in late 2015, sorry. And the price action up to now, there's no question this is looking very corrective. The question is, are we looking at a correction to the first run here, and that means that when this is over, presumably not taking the bottom here, there'll be a comeback. This is still alive. I think this is still possible. Okay, I'm not ruling it out, that this could still happen. You know, we had an ABC X, ABC, we had this as an X, that could play out simply as an ABC, touching down here, checking support, and it will come back. And it will come back in a spectacular C, and it will fly through 21. Yeah, I think the possibility is still alive. I don't really see anything in the chart right now that would exclude that. So a bit of pain could lead to huge gains later on. I was looking at some charts of the COT, you know what it is, yes, Commitment of Trader Report, and there are all sorts of speculations. You know, people are using these statistics. My attitude is, what is cheap can become cheaper, and what is cheaper can become even cheaper. So, you know, it's a question of how many players you can get to run in a certain direction before the market runs out of players, and it's sometimes very difficult to assess. Just think about 2000, if you remember 2000 and the Nasdaq. How many players walked in and said, that's the top, that's the top, that's the top? They were all killed one after the other. These things happen. And here, how many, I'm sure there are people out there saying silver absolutely can't fall. There's no way silver can fall. Well, look what it did here on Friday. And I think there is a very good case to argue that silver is going to continue with a sharp break of 15.5 that will shock all the bulls like I don't know what, and might, in my opinion, reach also towards 14.5. Okay, now, if it breaks the bottom here, and we get gold also breaking important cardinal support level that we're going to discuss in a sec, then we're in a completely different situation. And what is that situation? Let me show you here on the monthly. We will be looking at something that I think the majority of players just can't even imagine. And that is a situation where, you know, because so many people can't imagine that, that's why it's quite possible that it will happen. But anyhow, we're just talking about patterns here. We are not talking about the effect of the economy, the debt, and the Fed, and the money printing, and all that. All these things are super interesting, and they have their place. But we're just talking about pure pattern pattern structures here and pattern perspective, purely from the pattern point of view. Okay, you're with me? Imagine this is at A, That's a B that is terminated. It's crashing through the floor. There is only one explanation in the whole world for this price action, as far as I can see at this point, is that it is starting with a fateful C going down here. Okay, that is the only reason I can think about what that could be. And that, of course, as you can imagine, that's going to take silver to levels that now people just can't. They would just switch off if I tell them. But that's what I have in mind, you see. But as I told you, I don't think that the possibility of silver actually coming back and running above 2021 right here is to be excluded. No, I think this is still very much alive. Silver could go down for that extreme selling point, reverse, and then shoot higher. It runs above 21, then it could run. It could run for quite a while. Yeah, it could run easily back to 26, and I will not be surprised if it gets stuck or maybe exceed the mid range here of the around 30. So that is the long-term situation in silver. Now let's jump to the 60 minutes and just check the details. Here's the 60 minutes and here's the spectacular breakdown here. I think we have witnessed right from the top a diagonal first with an A, B, C, D, E. So that's 1, 2, down, 3. I think it is in the fourth wave. Okay, if I'm reading it right, the fourth wave here will terminate pretty soon after it starts trading next week. And that would lead to further break. Okay, that would lead to further break. After which, expect support to come in and some sort of attempt to rally back probably towards 1670 or so, and then again slide and probably fairly panicky slide. So that is the prospect that I have in mind for silver. Now here's gold. Gold has undoubtedly finished the week in an extremely negative way. This is the monthly scale of gold. I just want to run through the long-term picture here for you. If we go with the most extreme reading, that is an A, and the B actually ended around here, yeah, which is not necessarily my preferred reading. Okay, so don't run. You know, don't rush to comment. Oh well, you are a big bear. You know, you are a big bear. You can't see the Fed, the money printing, and all that. No, I'm not excluding the possibility that in fact gold could hit the floor right here at around 1,100, and then come back spectacularly above the previous high and run as far as 1,600, maybe even 1,700. I do not think it's ready to go to a new high right now. Okay, in terms of the big pattern, but I want to prepare this long-term bearish scenario in case it does break the low of 2015. Okay, in that case, what will happen? That will be UB. So you'll have an A, B, and a C down. Now, just look at the pattern at the channel that could actually be in play here. That would mean that for the C to be equal to the A, we will see gold under 500. I know it sounds to some of you absolutely unbelievable, but that is just pure chart reading. It goes down, it reaches equality, the C reaches equality, we're talking about under 500. As simple as that. You can see the one right here. Okay, so that's the long-term picture. Yes, pretty horrifying to think that gold can still go to that lows over there. But as I said, this is just the worst case scenario for gold. Now, this is the weekly, and that's an A. That definitely could be an A. So that is going to play out as an A, B, C. Do you see? Oh, 1, 2. That's an A, that's a B complete here with a triangle. Do you remember that triangle? And now, in my opinion, it's beginning the road to lower grounds towards 1,100. Okay, that's going to be the moment of truth. If it manages to break through the low, that's a momentous event. It holds around here, 1,100, and then it gradually begins to go up, and it gathers steam, and at some point, boom, it flies through the roof right here. we have a major rally underway. Yeah, major rally is going to absolutely take off. Will be that will be really exciting. Okay, but right now I think that in the next several months, yeah, the next several months should be reserved to the bearish scenario, as far as I can see here. That's the end of that triangle B. We came down, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and that's an A, that's a B, that's 1, 2, and look at the smash here on the daily scale. There is nothing I can say. In fact, you know what, let's jump back to the weekly, because the weekly close is so important. Just look at this bearish engulfing pattern that covered both sides of the trading range. This is normally extremely powerful signal. Do you see what happened here? It popped its head above this, took the stops, dived and crashed through the floor and closed under the floor. That's extremely bearish. The way I read it, we have a case here of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, undeniably bearish structure. It's calling for further lows. Even if we just go for equality between, on the time scale, between the A and the C that is coming, or the third wave, so you can see how many weeks we still have to look down. We just had 1 week, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 weeks still ahead, and that could extend, of course, into 2 months. So prepare yourself. The bears are in total control as far as I can see here. Here's the daily, and let's now go to the 60 minutes. And also here, I think that what we are seeing is a small scale, just a pause in this major slide. And I think that we could be dealing here with several 1-2s. Okay, because the way it came down here, it appears to me, I don't want to put fixed labelings here, but it appears to me that we're going to have several breaks still on the downside with very patchy recoveries, and that's going to feel, if you like, complete the cycle of a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, etc. Okay, so we'll just take it one step at a time. I do not expect gold to do this. Okay, anything that sends it back now to 1296, I should tell you that my analysis is wrong. I have to reassess the situation. This is totally uncalled for in the circumstances, especially in the structure that I'm working with right now.